Yo, what is up, you guys? It's your boy Shieldcoomer, aka Sirigath, and in this video we're covering a Council of Dreams on Mythic difficulty. This fight doesn't really change that much compared to the like your heroic and normal versions. Well, actually, compared to normal it does, but compared to heroic, it's not like that different. The main thing that happens is there is gonna be, instead of like one, so like if you understand this fight, it's kind of like each one of these bosses that you're fighting will have like their normal abilities and then their ultimate abilities, and basically, as you know, somebody's gonna get ducked. Luckily there's no autocorrect in speech, so you know that's not gonna change to you know something else. So yeah, basically ducks have two goals. One is to clean the green, and the other one is to basically stop the ultimates of the bosses. And the difficulty of Mythic fight basically comes from the fact that, obviously, besides everything doing more damage, there's also the factor of two bosses casting ultimates at once. So basically ducks will have to you know, not just ducks, but amongst other things, you know, ducks as well, but you'll have to find a way to stop, to counter two ultimates at once, right? Obviously, duck isn't countered to every ultimate, but yeah, it is to one of them. So, essentially, ramp timings on this fight are a little bit loose. This is more kind of like the consistent healing fight rather than just bursts of damage fight. But one part I found that's like good to ramp for is obviously charges will do a raid wide damage, so it's pretty good to just ramp there. But honestly, damage isn't that high, so I noticed most people play Mindbender. I played it as well. You can just basically ramp almost every charge, or as much as you can, you know, and use your you know, just raid wide coverage and stuff. Overall, we decided to 5-heal this fight, since there isn't a really like any significant DPS check in a way that matters. So there's like no real downside, unless like your damage is like really low. There's no real downside, you know. You just do mechanics, stay alive, kill boss. Pretty easy boss, honestly. For some reason I really expected this boss is gonna be difficult, but it's really not. Like, it really isn't. It turned out to be pretty simple, honestly. Pretty simple. Oh yeah, maybe one thing that I should mention. I mean, this isn't like a boss guide, but there isn't really like that much to talk about, so I'm just trying to at least summarize the boss for you. There's also javelins that poison people, and when you dispel the poison, they will deal AoE damage. Luckily, even these circles are like, you can see them, so you know it's nothing too crazy. The point is just that, you know, when they expire / you dispel them, you don't stand in a circle. Basically, it's almost impossible to die on this boss unless you take like some significant you know, overlapping damage. And yeah, one thing I found really difficult about this fight, and I want to talk about this a little bit because this is disc specific, is when you're ramping, you have to be extremely mindful of your positioning, and the reason for that is, well, basically, how do I put this? These bosses move a lot, yeah. So like you'll have both the Enchantress and people, like very often they'll just jump away and go somewhere else, and then the bear charges. So for me personally, and I'm actually curious to hear how other people feel about this, but for me personally, the only not the only, but the hardest part about this entire encounter was actually just keeping up with the boss's positioning and making sure that I have something to hit while I'm ramping. And honestly, I didn't do like super good job on this fight, in my opinion. I don't know, I feel like I just kind of went with the flow instead of actually doing things properly. I was kind of just vibing and pressing the buttons. That's how easy this boss is. It really is. It's just not very complicated. And yeah, honestly, again, I'm pretty happy to hear that, because I was really scared of this boss. I thought it's gonna be, I don't know, for some reason I thought it's gonna be really messy, but I guess that's because on Heroic I mostly played it with 30 people, and on 30 people this fight is very laggy and very chaotic. With 20 people it's much cleaner and it's easier to, you know, assign ducks. Honestly, our people, we just assigned 2 people that were dealing with, it was our 2 augmentation evokers, and they did an amazing job, like, handling all the duck mechanics pretty much. Raid leader was basically calling out like what needs to be cleared, what doesn't, and honestly I think it took us like 3 or 4 pulls to kill this boss. I don't know, it was really cool. It's very nice to see, you know, Mythic boss that you just kind of like come prepared, you do mechanics and you can kill them without, you know, spending like 100 wipes and just dying to like overtuned damage and stuff like that. This fight feels very nicely tuned, honestly, and I think we could have even like 4-killed it pretty easily, but this is kind of nice for extra safety. And as I said, like, there's no real DPS checks on this fight, so, you know, you can just kind of vibe with, you know, 5 healers and, you know, just say fuck it, and that's it. As you can see here, like, I ran out of mana here. I don't know, I noticed like I've been running out of mana quite a bit. I think I need to, so again, this specific things, I feel like with this current iteration of disc, it's not as prevalent as it used to be in the previous tiers, because we're not that useless anymore outside of the big ramps. You do want to hit your small ramps nowadays, because you still do a significant amount of healing that way. But I feel like I'm casting like a little too many of these like extra flashlights and power word shields, and it's nice because I help, but at the same time it's not really worth it if it's gonna cost me mana and then I'm not able to cover my own ramps. So as you can see here, I had to basically completely gimp 2 of my full ramps with evangelism to just like actually do anything, and I think that was a mistake actually. Like, now looking back at it, I think this was a misplay. I probably should have just saved mana and just smited until it was my turn to ramp, but instead I just chose to do like these half-assed ramps that frankly didn't contribute much. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate, you know, people checking out these videos. You know, I hope my commentary is at least somewhat useful. If not, you know, let me know. You know, any feedback is greatly appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the POV. Hope it was at least either entertaining or educational, and I hope to see you guys on the next videos. I'll be uploading a little bit more of M+ now until we kill the next bosses. Well, actually, Nimue is probably dead like today or tomorrow, but yeah, hopefully we'll kill some more bosses soon so I can upload, and also I look forward to uploading more M+. So if you're interested in more disc gameplay, feel free to, you know, like the video, follow, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.